Story 1, The Haunting Laughter. In a small town nestled deep within the woods, a traveling circus had set up its tents. Among the performers was a clown known as Giggles. His painted smile seemed to be eternally frozen, and his laughter was eerily high-pitched and unsettling. Every night, Giggles would emerge from his tiny circus tent and wander through the town, his white and red costume contrasting against the darkness. His laughter would echo through the streets, sending shivers down the spines of the townsfolk. Children would hide under their covers, terrified of the sound. One evening, a young girl named Lily couldn't resist her curiosity and followed the sound of Giggles' laughter. She trailed behind him, keeping a safe distance. The clown led her to the edge of the woods, where a forgotten graveyard lay. Lily watched in horror as Giggles danced among the tombstones, his laughter growing more manic. Suddenly, he stopped and turned toward Lily. His eyes seemed to pierce through her, and his grin widened impossibly. He began to advance slowly, his laughter now a menacing cackle. Lily turned and ran, her heart pounding in her chest. The clown's laughter pursued her, echoing in her ears even after she had reached the safety of her home. From that night on, Lily could hear Giggles' laughter whenever darkness fell. She would see his painted face in the shadows, and his cackles would echo through her dreams. No one believed her, dismissing it as childish imagination. Lily grew more and more isolated, her fear of the clown consuming her. One night, as she lay in bed trembling, she heard a soft whisper in her ear, "Join the laughter, Lily." She turned to see Giggles standing at the foot of her bed, his painted grin inches from her face. The next morning, Lily was found lifeless, her face frozen in a terrified expression. Story 2, The Carnival of Lost Souls. In a desolate wasteland, a mysterious carnival emerged overnight. Its faded tents and eerie attractions beckoned to those who stumbled upon it. The main attraction was a massive, decrepit circus tent with a faded sign that read "The Carnival of Lost Souls." Inside the tent, a sinister clown named Jester held court. His makeup was streaked with grime, and his eyes gleamed with a malevolent light. Jester was known to possess the power to make people's deepest fears come to life. Those who entered his tent were subjected to a twisted carnival of horrors tailored to their innermost nightmares. The word spread about the carnival, and despite the warnings, thrill-seekers and the curious flocked to experience the terrifying spectacle. Many left the tent forever changed, haunted by the nightmares Jester had brought to life. One night, a group of friends dared each other to enter the Carnival of Lost Souls. As they walked through the dimly lit corridors of the tent, their fears began to materialize before their eyes. Claustrophobic corridors twisted into endless mazes, and grotesque creatures emerged from the shadows. They finally reached the heart of the tent, where Jester awaited them. He grinned, and with a wave of his hand, their individual nightmares converged into a single, shared horror. The friends found themselves trapped in a surreal nightmare realm, tormented by their own fears and unable to escape. As days turned to weeks, their sanity began to crumble. They would catch glimpses of Jester lurking in the corners of their vision, always just out of reach. Laughter, both maniacal and mocking, echoed through their minds. They realized that Jester had not only trapped them in their nightmares but had also bound their souls to the carnival forever. To this day, the Carnival of Lost Souls remains a legend, whispered about in hushed tones. Some say that if you listen closely on quiet nights, you can hear the distant sound of eerie laughter and the faint cries of those trapped within the twisted carnival.